Kaiju fans. So today we'll be taking a look at Godzilla Jr. I have 3 separate figures here that I've acquired over the years, and we'll go ahead and take a look at them individually. So this first figure is probably the original issue of Godzilla Jr. and you'll recall that this figure appeared in Godzilla vs. Destoroyah, which was issued in 1995. And this figure was also released in parallel with the movie itself. This is probably the largest Godzilla Jr. I could personally find, at least in my collection, made by Bandai. This is a classic figure. I was smart enough to keep the tag on it, and I can't remember exactly where I picked this up. It's probably at a US store, since it does say $20 on the tag here. But I think this one for me personally is probably the best painted of the 3 that I do have. You will recall that in the movie Godzilla Jr., for spoiler alert, after his basically his father melts down due to the buildup of nuclear energy, this Jr. eventually becomes the final scene Godzilla. And essentially I guess the father dies, but the son sort of steps in his place and becomes the new Godzilla. So I kind of like this one just because it did sort of reminisce of something like a T-Rex or a dinosaur, because up until that point, the smaller Godzillas tend to be very, I guess, comical and or kid-friendly, whereas this one maybe was a little bit more aggressive. And certainly I think maybe Jurassic Park had something to do with this newer version of the sculpt, but I really did like this figure and the character a lot in that Godzilla vs. Destoroyah movie. Okay, so these next 2 figures are, for all intents and purposes, about the same, although I did pick them up in different ways. The figure on the right here is actually from the 50th Memorial box set, and this one was a loose figure that I picked up independently, and I believe it also had a tag. So I can't speak to all the issues of the figures Bandai has put out for Godzilla Jr., but as I'm kind of looking at this, really the only difference is probably the paint job, in that the one on the left here is a little bit more deep in color, although the sculpt is essentially the same, and the shading is also very, very similar. So I would say, yeah, they're basically going to be the same, although, again, I bought them from different locations. But yeah, these are a little bit of a smaller scale than the one I just showed you, but still nice looking, and have been on my display case for a number of years now. Alright, so that was a quick breakdown of Godzilla Jr. and the Bandai figures. If you liked our content, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. And head on over to KaijuKingdomCollectibles.com. We have a variety of other Godzilla and Kaiju items we would be happy to share with you guys. So until next time, thanks.